Come with me if you want to live. What is happening, Magnusites? So I just got back from seeing Terminator Dark Fate. Now, I'm a big Terminator fan. Like the first one, loved the second one. I was okay with the third one. Salvation was alright. And I actually really like Terminator Genesis. So with this movie, they have gone back to Terminator 2. This is a sequel to Terminator 2. James Cameron actually helped write this. And I could tell when I was watching the movie. Now, this movie review is going to be Mullett style. That means the movie review will be in the front and the spoilers will be in the back. Everything that I can think of, at least. You know what I mean? So, this movie, first I'll start out and tell you, yes, it is woke. It is woke. It wasn't sickeningly woke, but it was woke. I don't know if that's because I'm getting used to woke shit or if it's just they didn't put it in your face as much. But I gotta tell you, I enjoyed myself. I did. As usual, a protector is sent back in time. A Terminator is sent back in time to protect someone. And there we have the story, as usual. We have to protect the person that is responsible for the resistance of the humans against the machines. And Sarah Connor is back. And so is Model 101. Okay? The T-800. He is back. So, when you're watching this movie, as a Terminator and Terminator 2 fan, you are going to see a lot of callbacks. Okay? Now, as a movie goes, I actually did like the story. Some parts, I know it's fiction, were a little far-fetched, but I liked the story. I liked the twist that they put on what happened. I would say that the person in this movie that needs to be protected has 3 protectors against one Terminator that happens to be, I guess, kind of 2 Terminators. If you've seen the trailers, it is a mix between the T-800 and the T-1000, but it can split itself and act as 2. So the acting, I thought the acting was good in the movie. I thought the acting was good. I thought that special effects were top notch. Not in every scene, but in certain scenes it was like, yo, that was done real well. Like, real well. Okay? Now, the action was good. The action was good. That Terminator was one lethal Latino. Okay? I'm scared of him. I don't want to see him in public. If I see him in public, I'm going to shit my pants because that's how lethal this dude was. And he was cool. He was cool. He was lethal. And he was no joke. Fast, calculating, ruthless. He was no joke. Speaking of ruthless and no joke, Sarah Connor was no joke. And boy, was she grizzled in this movie. You could tell she had seen a lot. Now, a lot of you are wondering, and you had heard, and I don't think this is really a spoiler, but yes, John Connor is in this movie. That's all I'll say for this part. Okay? I enjoyed myself from beginning to end for the most part. I gotta say, there were some slow parts. And there's an explanation of how the T-800 is there and what he's doing this old. And it's, to me, I was like, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Even if this, yeah, is fiction. Yeah, you're right. Okay. But, you know what? Arnold plays his part. He was more of a supporting character in this movie than, you know, a main character. But I did like him. I liked what he did. I liked what they did with him. That Terminator, though, is the scariest Terminator ever. Period, point blank. I thought Sarah Connor did a good job. The new girl that they had as the protector, she was good. And I felt like she wasn't really forced. You'll find out exactly what she is, and she's badass. No joke. Fast, strong, powerful. Yo, she's no joke. And I liked her character in this movie. I really did. I enjoyed the movie. And I would like to give this movie 3.5 woos. It wasn't an average good time. It was above average good time. But I wasn't like, yo, you gotta see this! Oh my God! But it was good. I enjoyed myself. I could watch it again. I may even buy it. Spoiler time. Mullett time. John Connor is in the beginning, and like many of you speculated and heard, he gets killed. But guess what? It's not a grown John Connor. It's not a early 20s John Connor. It is the kid. They must have some leftover footage from T2, from alternate endings or something, because they put him in this movie, and they had Sarah Connor looking exactly as she did in Terminator 2. And it did not look like a CGI job whatsoever. This looked like the real deal. And Arnold comes out of nowhere, and that's where I don't know if they use CGI, if that was also deleted or lost footage or footage they didn't use or left on the cutting room floor. It definitely looked like Arnold, but something looked different about him. I don't know if it was a body model. There was something. There's got to be a mixture of real and CGI that they used with him, because something wasn't right. But yo, it was ruthless. He walked up with a sawed-off shotgun and right in the fucking chest to John Connor. Sarah tried to stop him once she realized what was going on, and he blows him away again. Took him out. That's how the movie begins. And I was just like, yo. I was like, oh my God. Like, I had heard, but I didn't expect. I thought it was going to. I was like, okay, they kill him. This probably going to happen later. Straight up kill his ass. Okay. Sarah gets messages from Arnold. She becomes a Terminator hunter. Apparently, the reason why John was killed is because Skynet did not only send back one Terminator to get him at the same time. It sent more than one. And that one happened to catch up to them later and got him. She became a Terminator hunter. And she always gets text messages from Arnold, which is crazy. From Arnold. The T-800 that actually killed John. She doesn't know it's him, though. She gets these coordinates. She goes to the coordinate. She takes out the Terminator and keeps moving. So Arnold, apparently, after he killed John, he had no other thing to do. He had no purpose. But he found a woman that I think was getting beat by her husband or something. He saved them, and he became their protector and helped raise her son. And in the movie, you know, Arnold talks about how the Terminator talks about how he started to realize over years of learning and learning stuff, that what he took from Sarah. So he can tell from the distortion in the area or something, he can tell where a Terminator is going to pop up. So he would send Sarah the coordinates so that she could kill him, and would always say, for John. It was his way of helping, pay her back, helping her son's life have a meaning. Okay? So, of course, it's woke. The female is sent back. She's an augmented human. So she was sent back by the leader of the resistance in the future, which happens to be a woman. And the reason why is because Sarah and John stopped Judgment Day. They did. But a new Judgment Day happened. Skynet never happened. Another program or defense thing called Legion was developed. And that basically, it did the same thing that Skynet did. Just, I guess, a little bit differently or a little later. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So basically that's what that is. So they're trying to protect her throughout the whole movie. She actually is the leader of the resistance, which you get. There's a part where Sarah's like, yeah, you give birth to the leader of the resistance and now you need protection. She lets her know, like, yeah, I've been through this. This is what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So, but at that part I was like, I bet you she doesn't. I bet you she's actually the leader of the resistance, because this is woke. This is a woke film, so I know that that's what it is. So the beginning of the movie has a really bad-ass action sequence with him hunting them, trying to get them. The movies, there's a lot of good action in it. A lot of good special effects when it comes through the portal now. Things freeze before the electricity comes. Things freeze first. It's almost like it's a different time travel mechanism because it's Legion. That's his version of time travel. Versus Skynet's version, but it's very, very similar. You still got to come through butt naked. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. That Terminator is no joke, y'all. I loved watching those scenes, man. Scary, unstoppable, And of course, Sarah comes out of nowhere to help them out. Same thing with the T-1000, samples physical conduct, can copy you, all that good shit. I'm trying to think of everything I could think of, because I know a lot of y'all, like, when I'm talking spoilers, like, yo, what about that? I'm trying to think of everything that I could think of. Arnold dies in the end. He sacrifices himself to help kill the other Terminator, kind of like what he did in Terminator 3. So he does that. Yeah, and that's about it. The way they end the film, it's open-ended. There could definitely be a sequel because the future is coming. Legion is coming, and they're got to be prepared for it. So her and Sarah drive off in a Jeep together. Yeah, so I enjoyed myself. Was it an exceptional film? No, but it was a good time, and it was above average good time for me as a Terminator fan. Like I said, I'm probably going to get it. Probably gonna buy it on Blu-ray 3D when it comes out. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all think, though. And if you enjoyed my movie review, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers. Woo!